Abby Kasoris here in the WVLT newsroom. We've been tracking some snow that we've been seeing in the area all across East Tennessee. A lot of you all at home sending us photos, letting you know. I mean, we've seen anything from just some slush on the ground to 6, 7, 8 inches in certain places. People sending us photos of snowmen. Some people enjoying the snow, staying home. Others having to go out into it, seeing some of those treacherous road conditions. We're going to start off by sending you out to meteorologist Kyle Granger, who joins us now in the studio with a look at what we're seeing now and what is forecasted in these next couple hours.
Hey, good morning to you and to everyone at home. Yes, we are waking up to a blanket of snow across East Tennessee. We've been looking at this system develop here over the past week. Last Saturday, I was looking at some of this data. You can see downtown Knoxville, still a good little burst coming down now from downtown at the Children's Hospital. But what you're going to notice is some of the snow starting to blow around just a little bit because we've had the winds that have been picking up here over the last little while, now approaching that 10, 15 mile per hour range in many locations across the area. We've had plenty of pictures coming in. This is from 10 Mile. Tanya, thanks for sharing this with us. But you can see this tree that's just kind of snapped here. And no doubt with the weight of this snow, it's a heavy snow, a wet snow. It's just going to bring down lots of tree limbs, and we could have some more power outages as we go through the next couple of hours because the weight of that is just going to bend those tree limbs. It's just a matter of how much they're able to bend and sway. So here's what's left to come. Anywhere from Maryville to Gatlinburg, back into Newport, parts of Jefferson County, seeing this burst of the heavier snow right now that's continuing to move over into the mountains. But look at this. Parts of Anderson County, just a few flurries left for you. And then from Wartburg up to Jamestown, back into Crossville, things are starting to clear out very nicely for you as well. We do have reports that are coming in across the area anywhere between 3, 4 inches, and just had one that came in for Claiborne County suggesting upwards of 10. So Oak Ridge, a few flurries for you. Back over into Clinton as well. Parts of West Knox County, seeing the same situation. We move up to the north, lighter stuff from Maynardville, back into Tazewell, parts of Claiborne County. Washburn, over to Bean Station, you've got a little heavier batch in your neighborhood as well. Sevierville down the Parkway into Pigeon Forge, down the spur into Gatlinburg. That's where we're looking at some of the heaviest at this time that's in parts of our area. Of course, the Gatlinburg bypass is now closed due to snow and ice. You head down Wares Valley Road, back over across the mountain into Townsend, dealing with some of those heavier bursts as well. So let's broaden the picture out and show you what's going on. This is the last little batch that moves through, and again, it's going to find a home here in the mountains over the next little while. Back out to the west, we've got the clearing that is happening from Crossville to Jamestown, Wartburg. You've had a decent amount of snow for the overnight hours, but things are clearing for you. So we're not going to be adding into your accumulation buckets. If we add anything, it's going to be parts of Sevier County from Gatlinburg over to Pittman Center, parts of Cosby, as well as this last little batch manages to pull on out of here. And once we're done with that, all is said and done, look at this. We're going to build in clearer conditions overnight tonight and into the start of our Sunday as well. The big story then is just going to be just how cold it is going to be. So here's a look at some of those snowfall totals that we've had so far today. Some of those biggest swatches with parts of southern Scott County, parts of Campbell County, back into Claiborne and into southeastern Kentucky as well, and as always into the Smoky Mountains. 2 to 3 inches the best guess for most of us, but here are some of the more impressive numbers that we have seen coming in. Caryville reporting an 8-inch, 6 for Wartburg, 5.5 for Knoxville. Madisonville, we've had a 5-inch report for you. Chestnut Hill, my friends there, how about a 3-inch report? In Talbot, a little bit less for you, 1.5 inches. And of course, if you're driving, we've seen areas where we've seen the slush on the roadways. TDOT has been out working all night, but make sure that you're checking your tires. Get all of that snow and ice removed off of your car, off of your windshield. You want a clear path so you can see what is going on, and of course avoid accelerating and braking too hard because that can lead to some skidding as you're out and about. And of course, best advised, stay home if you can do so today. Something you're going to notice, and this does bring up a concern of mine because we do have the weight of that snow onto these trees already, kind of compromising their system. So we're going to add in some gust here. Look at this, 10 o'clock in this morning, we're talking about a 29 mile per hour gust, Knoxville to 25, according to this solution. Winds stay up with us for the afternoon. 18 Knoxville to 30 for Talbot. Higher into the Smoky Mountains. How about Hartford with a 44-mile-per-hour gust, 25 Townsend. Things quiet down overnight tonight, but then the winds usher right back in for our Sunday afternoon. So even though our thermometers may say we're in the 40s, it's going to feel more like we are in the 30s. Here's the futurecast for the rest of this Saturday. 10:30 in the morning. What you see is what you get. Clearing off to the west. A few snow flurries left into the mountains from Gatlinburg to Newport, back over into Hartford. How about down the Dixie Highway and up in the parts of Greene County as well. So we'll try to make progress building in the sunshine. A few peaks of sunshine not out of the question there. Maybe it'll try to help melt away some of this. A big concern overnight tonight is just going to be a refreeze of whatever's left on the roadways, on the sidewalks, in your neighborhood. Your grass is just going to become really crunchy as we get into tomorrow morning. So right now, if you're with me in Pigeon Forge this afternoon, we're going to be from 27 now. We don't budge very much. We get to about 31 for that afternoon high in Pigeon Forge. And it's going to feel more like the teens because of the winds that are stirring I showed you on that map. So here's what the future feels like is going to be coming up on Sunday. We start off feeling like we're in the teens, maybe even the single digits. Areas like Townsend could be -2, -3. By lunch, when we're getting done with church, we're going out, we're figuring out what we're going to do for lunch. And it's cold once again. Feeling like 23. How about 19 Clinton? And of course, those winds are just going to cut right through your skin. So it's going to be feeling very cold through the middle part of the day and not much better in the afternoon if it feels like 35 Knoxville to 36 Dandridge. How about 34 for Kingston? And it feels like 37 in Oneida. Keep those jackets handy. You'll see on the extended forecast, we're going to make some progress. You can get the shorts and t-shirt back out, but nonetheless, you need it over the next 24 to 48 hours. So clear and cold overnight tonight. We've got a west wind that kicks with us about 5 to 10. We're going to get down into the teens. Some of you are being the single digits, and as you saw on that map that I just showed you, some of you are going to feel more like those single digits as well. So if you're going to be traveling around parts of the interstates, TDOT has been, again, working very nicely to get those roadways clear, but you see off in the medians, those grassy surfaces, that's where we've been having that accumulation. Of course, these surfaces were pre-treated and, of course, helping with that situation. So I told you there's light at the end of the tunnel. We got to get past Sunday. Sunshine builds in, so you're going to look out the window and say, Kyle, I think that looks like a nice day, but do not be fooled. It is not going to feel that way. You're going to need the jacket. Don't forget, we're springing forward tonight, so you're on time for everything you need to do on Sunday. Monday, we wake up cold at 28. We say goodbye to below freezing, at least for now. We're up to 60 for Monday and Tuesday, 20% coverage on Tuesday with a few more clouds around. How about 61? Notice we're right at 40 for those morning lows. And look at this. If you're looking for that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, bring some on over to me. I need it to pay for my gas bill, but 73 is where we're going to be for that afternoon high. Thursday back into the 70s on Friday. So we make a lot of improvements through the course of the week. We just need to get through the next 12 to 24 hours with the cold conditions that we have, brutally cold air that is with us coming up for tonight and into the start of our Sunday. And then Monday finally makes some improvements. So the snow is moving out of here. Give it another hour to 45 minutes and most of us, except for the mountains, Great Smoky Mountains National Park, will be left with a few lingering snow showers.
All right. Thank you, Kyle, for reporting and kind of giving us some more information about some of the snow accumulation we've seen. I know we have people in the comments also sharing. Patrick saying 4 inches in Rocky Top. Melissa saying north of Hall's about 8 inches there. We've been hearing that, and Hall's getting hit really hard. Claxton, Ramonda says that it is still snowing there. 6+ inches in Halls, says Dennis. 7 inches, Maynardville, says Tanya. 4 inches in Russellville, says Kimberly. Snow blowing pretty hard in Crossville. I want to show you guys some video that we have from one of our live cams over in over Gatlinburg. Just some of the snow flying there. We do have a crew out there as well. We also have a crew in Campbell County. Let's get to Whitney Turner now. She's been out there this morning braving some of that cold. Whitney, hopefully you can kind of let us know what you're seeing and then hop right back in the car and get a little warm.
Yeah, that's right. We can definitely attest to that brutal wind chill that Kyle was just talking about a few minutes ago. We're still seeing some flurries come down. We're out here in Campbell County, but really the most treacherous thing right now is this slush that's on the ground. We have multiple inches of this thick, wet, heavy slush that's creating lots of problems even on the interstate. We were driving along I-75 through Campbell County. We saw multiple cars that had skidded off the roadway, a couple of crashes. You want to use extreme caution if you do have to be out. We can't say it enough. Stay home this morning and enjoy these wintry views from outside. We've also seen a lot of people not really dressed for the weather, considering yesterday's temperatures to this winter wonderland we're dealing with today. So I think it caught a lot of people, unfortunately, by surprise, some shock with just the sheer amount of white, heavy, wet snow that we're seeing. But if you do want to get out and enjoy this weather, it is good snowman making snow. It's that wet, heavy, compactful snow. And we're out here in Campbell County. Actually, we've seen a couple of people going ATV riding. So they're taking advantage of this weather. But again, the roads are extremely dangerous. That hydroplaning risk is very high. Give those crews time and space to work to make them safe for you today. Reporting in Campbell County, Whitney Turner, WVLT News.
Yeah, Whitney, thanks for that update. About how many inches do you think are out there right now?
Ooh, I wish I had a ruler, but I would have to say it's got to be like 4 or 5 inches. It is significant. The slush here is deep. It looks pretty out on the grass, but it is just a mess on the pavement and the roads. So again, we can't urge you enough. Stay home and stay warm.
Whitney, one more question before we let you go. I know this morning you went out pretty early in the morning and visibility was a problem. How was visibility on the roads when y'all hit back on the roads probably around 8 o'clock?
Visibility was treacherous when we hit the roads this morning around 5 a.m. We had to get off of the interstate. It was so difficult to see. In fact, we ran into so many truckers who also had to do the same just to wait out the storm. Since the sun has come up, that visibility is better, but what is creating an issue is this slush that's blowing up off of the roadways, off of the vehicles in front of you. That is reducing your visibility. So while the sun has made some improvements, still you want to stay off the roads because it is slick and hard to see out there.
All right, Whitney Turner, get back in your car, get a little warm. I know we'll be back on air at 10 o'clock, so just get warm and maybe get your gloves so you can make that snowman that you were talking about. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
That's right.
Okay, we are going to want to give you guys a live look at what we're seeing. I believe this is Gatlinburg. We're seeing this. This is one of the over Gatlinburg cameras. You're going to see what the parking lot looks like there. We're going to give you a look at that. Yes, you see the snow falling. I know when I was talking with Kyle Granger, he was saying that this is one of the places that's about to get hit hard for at least the next couple of minutes, maybe before our 10 o'clock newscast as well. You can see the snowflakes flying there. We also do have a crew there as well live right now, waiting for them to get their shot set up. You see all that heavy snow. I mean, the visibility is a problem when you see all of that gray, all of that white flying about. One of the places really going to get hit hard for these next couple of minutes. Hopefully we can take it out live. We have our Jared Austin reporting live for us this morning. Do we have his camera just yet? Here, let me just ask to see. Do we have Jared shot up?
I'm calling real quick.
Okay.
Email at the airport.
Got you. Okay, well, we are still waiting for his shot to get up, but let me give you guys an update on one of the things. I know a lot of people hitting the roads. We've been talking about the visibility problem hitting the roads this morning. You can see some of the TDOT crews have been out this morning, but this is at McGee-Tyson Airport. This is what they're having to do to help prepare. A lot of people heading out for their spring break, and this is what they're seeing. You can see some of the crews on the runways. There were some delays reported this morning, so you might want to check your flights. No canceled flights as of last check for us this morning. I believe we might have Jared Austin live. We might have his shot. Jared, can you hear me just yet this morning? Oh.
It's coming down quite a bit still. We've already seen a lot of it today. Now, we'll kind of just show you this area here, just off to my right, your left on the screen. I should say my left, your right on the screen here. You can see some of that snow is still coming down. We still have some of the fountains working here in the island, but really a lot of people that usually would be out here at this time really aren't out here right now. Now, on the drive down to this area, really, roads seem to be in good condition. It looked like TDOT took good care of them, but we are worried a little bit about refreeze. That's what our meteorologists are saying. That is something that could happen tonight. So if you are on the roads later tonight, they're just asking that you be careful, maybe bring some extra warm clothes, some blankets, some food possibly. And then obviously having like a snow shovel or a snow scraper for your car would be good as well. But this is really the scene right here in Pigeon Forge right now. You can see a lot of snow here, really not a whole lot of business, not a lot of tourists out here right now, obviously because it's a little bit chilly. Obviously today, right now, I believe it's right around the 20s, maybe even teens right now. But yeah, we're trying to stay warm out here ourselves as well. But you can see the chairs here off to my left here have gotten a lot of snow on them. I mean, it's pretty well packed in here. Obviously for a March day, it could be quite a bit of snow, more than we're expecting for around this time. But now myself, I would never go in the water, but as you can see off to my right here, you can see these geese in the water here. They seem to be enjoying it. A little bit of snow on the back, but they look like they're doing all right in this cold weather. But again, it is very chilly out here. Not a whole lot going on here business wise. Temperatures are expected to stay in the 20s, maybe even getting down to the teens. That feels like could be in the single digits possibly later tonight, but you can see the snow is still coming down here. And again, the drive into Pigeon Forge here, not that bad. Roads seem to be in good condition. TDOT really pre-treating those earlier today, salting the roads, but right now the roads seem to be fine, but they are worried about a little bit of refreeze at this point, just because it is expected to stay cold. Maybe having some of that condensation on the road still could lead to them freezing over. So if you are going to be on the road tonight, we're asking that you stay safe. Maybe bring some extra supplies if you need to pull off the road for a little bit. But really right now, just staying inside might be the best option just because it is cold out here. A lot colder than we usually expect for around March this time. Again, here at the island, we usually see a lot more people here on a Saturday come springtime, but really not anybody out here. We'll kind of show you just the area again. We can see some people walking around, but really not a whole lot of people just sitting outside here, obviously because of the snow, because of all the cold weather. Snow's still coming down. A lot of people staying inside at some of the restaurants, getting a hot meal on this colder day, but really just not a whole lot of action here. Now again, what we are expecting is possibly having some refreeze again later today, just from it being very cold. Temperatures staying in the teens, getting down to the feels like of the single digits. So if you are on the roads later today, that TDOT and our meteorologists are saying maybe have some extra supplies, make sure you're staying safe out there, and really just trying to stay out of this cold. Bring some extra layers as well if you are going to do this. But again, we've had crews out early this morning giving you live reports from North Knox County and down here now in Pigeon Forge and Sevier County area. And again, we'll just show you some of these chairs. See, these chairs really haven't been touched yet, but really again, just a lot of snow here, just packing all in. This is pretty much all we've got. It's still quite fluffy, packable, so definitely again, not something we really expect for March time down here, but it is something we are experiencing today. So if you are out and about, definitely layer up, bring some extra layers, bring a hat, bring some gloves. Make sure you are staying warm because again, it's going to stay pretty cold the rest of the day. And like I said, the feels like could get down to the single digits and stay in the teens most of the day. So again, we'll continue to provide you live updates in our 10 a.m. morning newscast and on our WVLT News app.
All right, Jared Austin reporting live for us. Jared, thank you very much. Now, speaking of Sevier County, we do have one closure to warn you about. If you were planning on heading over to Dollywood, unfortunately, they will be closed today due to the inclement weather. There was supposed to be a delayed start. Now we're just learning this morning they will close the park on Saturday. They sent out this message. Due to the overnight snowfall, current temperatures, park conditions, Dollywood will be closed on Saturday. Snow removal teams, they'll be working throughout the day trying to prepare the park to open on Sunday. So that's some good news. A delayed park opening is anticipated on Sunday, though. We'll continue to keep you updated. Make sure you have the WVLT News app. I'll be sending out push alerts, letting you know. I know a lot of folks were planning on heading out this weekend for opening weekend. Now, we do want to let you know about some other changes that you might see throughout the day because of the snowfall. I know KPD, they had released that right now they are in a level 1 snow plan. What does that mean? What does that mean if you live in Knoxville? That mean that officers will be responding to injury crashes, just kind of change the way they do things. Motorists involved in property damage, only crashes will need to exchange that information. KPD, they're also going to be using some vehicles that are equipped for the weather conditions to make sure that all those officers and folks on the road stay safe. Now, these closures and the snow plans, that's another added level of protection for everybody out on the roads. a lot of people staying home. They're kind of enjoying some of this weather. We have some video of our own morning anchor, Casey Willis's dog, Dolly, having a good time in the snow. It's kind of what you want to be doing. Trying to have some fun, maybe let the kids go outside. Look at Dolly just running around there. I know on the WVLT Weather Balls Facebook page, we've had a few people share some videos of their dogs having a good time in this weather. That's kind of the place you want to be. That's kind of the message. Stay home for right now. Hopefully, as this system moves out, we're still going to have some of those colder temperatures, so there is some concern for refreezing, but just staying home is a good message. Just kind of getting back to some of the comments that people have made. Snow in their area. Marty says 5 inches in Madisonville. Paula says it's still snowing in Newport. That makes sense. That band is kind of moving out of our area, moving east, so that's still where we're seeing some of the snow. As Cindy says, let it snow, let it snow. So I guess Cindy is a big fan of this. Angela saying 8 inches in East Knox. I want to give you guys one last look at the WVLT website. That's really where you want to go. That's where we're going to keep on updating you for information. At 10 o'clock, we do have a newscast. Meteorologist Paige Noel and meteorologist Kyle Granger. We have team coverage. They'll be here tracking some of the storm conditions. So if you want to know what's next, you say, hey, I got errands to run. I got places to be. I need to know the latest. Tune in at 10 o'clock. And then we'll also have Whitney Turner and Jared Austin. They'll be live for us this morning, checking on different conditions, kind of in 2 different areas, Campbell County and Sevier County. They'll be giving you guys the latest information. But we just want to kind of end our Facebook Live on a shot of the WVLT website. That's really where you're going to get the most updated information. We'll continue to keep you updated both on air and on our digital platforms throughout the morning.